Support for the following program was provided in part by Creative Opus Designs, a creative combination of art and jewelry design.
It was great getting to know the dubber and see him perform live. Up next, I got to talk with a four-man rock band from the DC area. They have a unique sound and have opened for a large number of well-known bands, all up and down the East Coast. Let's get to know Fight the Lion.
Music so hot, you gotta listen naked.
Welcome, Fight the Lion.
Thank you.
If you guys can introduce yourselves, tell me what part you play in the band.
I'm Ron Cruz. I play the guitar.
Josh Patrick, bass.
Jake Mimikos, vocals and guitar.
I'm Sean Battle. I'm the drummer and backup vocals.
How long have you guys been together?
Romantically?
Jake and I kind of started the whole thing off about 5.5 years ago, I guess.
2006.
Different band name, different people, and then we accumulated these two. Ron's been in for about 2.5 years.
2008, 2000.
3 years maybe, yeah.
9.
And then Josh is the newest guy in
September.
It's been a blur.
Okay. And where did the name Fight the Lion come from?
I made it up. No, actually,
Sean kind of threw it out there.
We were in the studio, when was it? 2 years ago, when we recorded When the Mighty Fall. And at the time when we went in, our name was Redshift. But there were so many bands named Redshift at the time. So we said, all right, when we come out with this new album, we need to change the name. It was that was the time to do it. So we were in the studio, partying at night. At the studio that we record at, we stay over. So we'll stay for like a week and just record. So we were partying one night and just throwing out band names and throwing them out. And I don't know, just I threw it out, yeah. And we kind of laughed it off at first.
Yeah.
And then right when we were leaving the studio, Ron said, "Fight the Lion." That's pretty cool. We like that, you know.
Sean was like, "Why do I like that name?"
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's how it happened, and then it just stuck. So.
Okay. Does it have any kind, other than you just threw it out there?
Well, I mean, I think it does. I mean, we have Fight the Lion to us is kind of overcoming your obstacles, overcoming whatever's bigger than you, and that's the underlying meaning of it that we kind of live by, I guess, and write our music by. So.
Okay. And there are all the different bands over the years that you've listened to, 80s groups, 90s groups. Who are you influenced by? Is there any one group in particular that?
We all have different ones.
A lot.
Yeah.
I was am still a huge Van Halen fan, classic Van Halen fan.
Okay.
A lot of my guitar style comes from growing up listening to that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would say from the 80s, probably that was one of my biggest influences. Continues to be.
Yeah, for me, it was Motley Crue. I mean, Tommy Lee was my idol from day one when I was young, and I think that shows my style of drumming. I guess it's just a hard-hitting, not very straight technical. It's just straight up hard-hitting and fun beats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess from 80s, I was into like Aerosmith and Def Leppard and stuff like that. Guns N' Roses. Cyndi Lauper. Yeah.
First album ever. And so now that you're, just lost my train of thought. Oh.
Now that we're big, successful millionaires.
Where's my cut?
Speed negotiation.
I'm living in my car.
So you've been together, you said 5.5 years, and then you're both kind of newer. Was it hard to mesh, to bring all of, did it happen naturally? Did you have it, was it ever like, I don't know if this is going to work because we're so different, or were you?
I think every day it's like, is this going to work?
I'm kind of dumbfounded because, a lot of times we found each other on Craigslist. Why I found this band, and a lot of times you run into people, and you may be able to get along musically, but as far as people and that personal relationship wasn't necessarily there. But with this band, it's like having brothers.
Right.
So I think that cohesion goes a long way into being able to work together so well.
So you're not just bandmates, you're actually friends outside of work.
Yeah. Sean staring at me sometimes. It makes me wonder sometimes. But yeah, we're like brothers.
Yeah, well, I didn't really have a choice because when I came to audition, they were like, "Yeah, you have a week to learn all these songs," and then we're playing in Baltimore, the IndyCar race with like a jillion people.
Oh, wow.
And then it
Yeah,
turned out,
you were a quick. Yeah, he had to learn quickly, and we had no choice. And it was like, but luckily we found him. And it was a good.
I feel like we got along pretty much like from the first time I walked in the door,
Yeah.
which is important.
It is. So you have a full-length CD, When the Mighty Fall. Tell me about that. What was it like recording? Are there any other? Is it just you guys? Did you have any collaborations with anyone?
No, it was just us. We went to the studio. We go to a studio in Pennsylvania, up in the Pocono Mountains, and like I said before, we'll go for a week and stay there, record. So a couple of the songs we actually made up, like we finished while we were in the studio. But that was, was it 12 or 13 songs? I can't remember.
13.
13 songs,
13,
and that's a lot to think about, record, and get done in one time. So I think with that we were probably a little scatterbrained maybe, and you kind of lose focus. So I think we've learned to maybe not do as many songs and just kind of concentrate on 3 and go back and do 3 more. It keeps it more focused. But it was a good experience. I mean,
yeah.
Do you have a self-titled album coming out this year in 2012?
we think it's going to be self-titled, right?
We don't know for sure. I guess we kind of, we're still working on that, I guess, on the name.
We have 3 songs we just recorded. We're keeping it to just the 3 songs for now. We'll probably go back in the studio later this year to do 3 more. But this release it's going to be out on our website for free. And then Jägermeister's going to print up the 3 songs like they did before for free. They usually print up about 1,000, and we'll just hand them out, and then and then they'll print up 1,000 more. So, yeah, I mean, it's but the difference between this one and the Mighty Fall, I would say, is tempo. When the Mighty Fall, we had a couple slower songs, and we realized when you play those certain songs live, kind of draws back a little bit. You know, it just depends on who you're playing for. But a lot of times people want to be pumped up. So we felt that writing those kind of songs, those up-tempo songs, would be probably better for our live shows. So I think we've kept it 150 beats and up for these 3 songs. So it's moving.
The approach was different. When we recorded The Mighty Fall, we were trying to be as diverse as possible. And again, that was the first CD that I recorded with these guys and the bass player at the time.
No, that was all I think, first full-length album.
We were still trying to find out how we kind of meshed together and what kind of sound was going to come out of being open-minded and collaborating. So that's how that came out. And
now we have a more narrowed focus on what we want to sound like, and you know how we write and everything else. So it's.
And when are you going to play in the DC area again? Anything coming up soon?
Big show. Shamrock Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, Shamrock
March
Festival.
24th. So that's RFK Stadium grounds, and we played it last year.
That's huge.
Yeah, there were like 40,000 people last year, I think. Headliners of the Dropkick Murphys.
Okay.
We're going to come out and destroy the stage.
Yeah,
We're gonna wreck it.
yeah. So that's our next local show, and then after that we'll be playing probably Jam and Java in April.
Okay.
In Vienna.
Okay. Good to know. Well, it was great meeting you guys.
You too.
Hopefully we'll hear from you again, and maybe we'll see you at Shamrock Fest. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's
Thank
got
you.
a secret, and it's tearing her apart. She'll never show it.
If you'd like to learn more about the show or be a guest on the show, please visit www.cpo-productions.com. I'll see you next time on Musically Hot in the DMV.